Good evening and welcome to another video. Today is Sunday the 17th of July 2016, and in tonight's video I'm going to look ahead and preview day number 3 of the 2016 PDC BetVictor World Matchplay, which is going to take place on Monday the 18th of July 2016 at 7 PM live on Sky Sports 2 from the Winter Gardens in Blackpool. Now day 3 sees the conclusion of the first round action. We can see 4 matches take place, and the first match of the evening sees Jelle Klaasen take on Steve Beaton. Now these two have played 19 times previously, and Steve leads the head-to-head with 13 wins, and Jelle Klaasen has 6 wins. Now, they've only ever played once on TV, and that was last year in the Grand Slam, and Jelle Klaasen won that meeting. Now Jelle Klaasen's the world number 10, and he's having a good year. His best result at the World Matchplay previously was in 2010, where he reached the quarter-finals. He'll be hoping to emulate the 2010 run he's had. Apart from that, his matchplay form is very poor. The 3 other times he's qualified for the matchplay, he has lost first round in 2009, 2013 and 2015. But as I said previously, he's having a good 2016, and the highlight was reaching the semi-final of the UK Open in March. Apart from that, in the Pro Tour, he has reached 3 quarter-finals, and in the European Tour, he has reached the quarter-finals once as well. And he takes on Steve Beaton. Now, Steve Beaton's best result at the World Matchplay came back in 2001, where he reached the semi-finals. He's having a mixed bag of a year of 2016. He's been excellent on the Pro Tour, where he's reached a semi-final and 2 finals, but he's been very disappointed on the Euro Tour. He suffered 2 first-round exits in the last 48 and 1 exit in the last 16. That's 2 wins on a European Tour all season for Steve Beaton. He will be also disappointed with his run in the UK Open in March, losing out in the last 64. Now the pace of this match will suit both players. Both players were used to the fast pace, and I think Jelle Klaasen will do some right damage in this tournament. He could be a dark horse to go a little bit further than Steve Beaton in this competition, and I think he'll win this match by 10 legs to 7. The second match of the evening sees Raymond van Barneveld take on Brendan Dolan. Now these two have played 12 times previously, and Raymond van Barneveld leads the head-to-head with 8 wins to Brendan Dolan's 4. They played twice on TV previously, and they were both in the World Championships, and Raymond van Barneveld won both meetings. On the Pro Tour and European Tour, Raymond van Barneveld leads the head-to-head with 6 wins to 4 over Brendan Dolan. Now, Raymond van Barneveld reached the final of the World Matchplay in 2010. Again, he'll be hoping to emulate that form in the 2016 World Matchplay. But this year, Raymond van Barneveld really has cut back his schedule, and he's also not having the greatest year, which is probably saying average at best. That's why I would probably rate Raymond van Barneveld's year so far. He was a finalist in Team Holland at the World Cup of Darts last month, where he partnered up with Michael van Gerwen, and he lost out to Team England in that competition. But as an individual, his best result is reaching the quarter-finals in a Pro Tour event in February, which isn't great for Raymond van Barneveld. It'll be interesting to see which Raymond van Barneveld turns up at the match play this year. And he takes on Brendan Dolan. This is the 5th time Brendan Dolan has qualified for the match play. He's lost twice in the first round and twice in the second round, so his record in the match play, he has 2 wins and 4 losses. He's had a very poor year this year on the Pro Tour and the European Tour. His best result in both was reaching the last 32. But he was part of Team Northern Ireland, which reached the semi-final of the World Cup of Darts last month. So we hope to take inspiration from that and really kick his game back up to the level where it's been previously in the previous few years, where he's in about that top 10 to top 15 in the world's rankings. So we're interested to see what happens in this match. I think this will be a very close match, but I think that Raymond van Barneveld got the job done against Brendan Dolan by 10 legs to 8. The penultimate game of the evening sees Phil Taylor take on Robbie Green. Now these two have played twice before, and Phil leads the head-to-head with 2 wins to 0 over Robbie Green. The 2 meetings, one took place in 2006 over the best of 5 leg format in Ireland, and Phil Taylor won that match by 3 legs to 0. And the other time they played was in the 2015 Grand Slam in the group stage, and Phil won by 5 legs to 2. Now, Phil Taylor's been very dominant in this competition in the past. He's won this competition 15 times before, and he's had a decent year this year. And the highlights have been an unranked events. He's been in the semi-finals of the Masters and the final of the Premier League, and in ranked events, he's been in the semi-finals of the UK Open, and he was part of Team England, which won the World Cup last month. He's also won on the Pro Tour 1 event, and he's also won in the European Tour last month in Austria. And he takes on Robbie Green. This is the second time that Robbie Green's ever qualified for the World Matchplay. The last time was back in 2004, and he lost first round then. So he's never won a match, but he's only ever played one match at Blackpool, and he lost that match. He's had a good year this year. He's bounced back well after not qualifying for the World Championships in December. In the past 6 months, he has reached one quarter final and 2 semi-finals on the Pro Tour. He's also qualified for 4 European Tour events, which is a great feat for Robbie Green. And he'll play 3 of the events later on this year. He's already played one of them, which he lost quite early on in. But he'll be looking forward to that. And what do I think is going to happen in this match? I think that Phil Taylor will want to make a statement in this match over Robbie Green. Robbie Green will play quite well in this match, but I think that Phil Taylor will be a couple of levels above him in this match. And I think that Phil Taylor won this match by 10 legs to 4. I think he'll average about 102 in this match. The penultimate game of the evening sees the match of the night between Michael Smith and Simon Whitlock. In my eyes, I think this match could be very, very good and very close. These two have played 8 times previously, and Michael Smith leads the head-to-head with 5 wins, and Simon has 3 wins. Now, Michael Smith reached the last 16 in Blackpool in 2014, and that's his best result. Last year, he was knocked out in the last 32 of the first round, and in 2013 he was also knocked out in the first round as well. He had a very, very poor Premier League season, which was disappointing to him, and he was knocked out in the last 32 of the UK Open. But in the Pro Tour he's been okay this season, but he's not been up to the high standards of previous seasons. He's reached 3 quarter-finals so far this year on the Pro Tour, but his best results have came on the European Tour, where he reached the semi-final of an event in March and reached the final of an event in June. I'd be interested to see which Michael Smith turns up. Will it be the one that's played on the European Tour, or will it be the one that played in the Premier League? And he takes on Simon Whitlock, and Simon Whitlock reached the semi-finals of the World Matchplay both in 2010 and 2014. The Blackpool stage has mixed memories because he did lose from well in front against Andy Hamilton in the previous year. But he has been showing signs of his old form this year. He reached the last 32 of the UK Open, and he was part of Team Australia, which is the quarter-finals of the World Cup last month. The European Tour has been the best place for results for Simon Whitlock this year, and reached the quarter-finals of Dutch Dart Masters, and in the Pro Tour he's reached 4 quarter-finals and 1 semi-final so far this year. So it's signs that Simon Whitlock's starting to come back to a little bit of form. I think this could be the match of the night. I think this match could go into overtime, and I think that Simon Whitlock will win this match by 11 legs to 9 over Michael Smith. I think it'll be tight, but I think when push comes to shove, I think that Simon Whitlock will want this match more because he's really battling to try and show that he's still a top form player, and Michael Smith, being a Premier League player, will be a great scout for Simon Whitlock. So with that, that's the end of this video. Thank you for taking time to watch this video. If you want to leave any feedback on this video, you can do so either by my Twitter or Facebook, or via the comment section below this video. If you've enjoyed this video, please leave a thumbs up on the video. If you want to leave it via the Tungsten Tickle, you can do so via their Facebook, via their Twitter, or via their website. And until tomorrow when I upload a preview of day number 4 of the World Matchplay, I will see you then. Goodbye.